Hi everyone, welcome to my blog number 2. My name is Dwilleme from DCW Logistics. I'm the owner director. And in this blog number 2, basically I would like to talk about exporting your product to Mexico. There's three keys, important keys I believe, that are very, very important to know. Number one, whoever you're selling to Mexico, do they have an importer license? Okay. If they don't have an import license, can they get an import license? That import license called Padrón de Importador, they can get in within 5 days. And what's that going to do is you're not going to have to ask another business to act as the importer, because the other business, because there's many of them out there that act as the importer, will charge you a fee. And a lot of time it could be very expensive. So basically you got to check that with the client and try to convince the client, hey, you know what, we could get this to you cheaper if you get your padrón importador, if you get your importer license. If not, we're going to get another company involved, which will charge more money. At the end, it's going to cost you more money. I helped out many clients say, hey, you're going to get it in 5 days. Just do it. You know, instead of spending $200, $300, $400, $500 more to use in our company, get your padrón importador. The second thing is the product you want to send to Mexico. Well, you have to classify it first. You have to know the tariff fraction. Every product has a tariff fraction. So you have to check to see if there's any regulations in Mexico, because a lot of products might have restrictions. For example, I have a client that was crossing the bottles for the protein to Mexico, and one day he says, you know what, I'm going to make the protein myself. I'm going to buy all the raw material to make the protein. I'm going to cross to Mexico, and I'm going to make my own protein. Well, what he didn't know is, when it got to my warehouse, I called him and I say, all the product you want to cross Mexico needs permits, health permits. They're called COFEPRIS. And he's like, no. I said, so you don't have those permits? No. Well, you won't be able to cross that product until you get those permits. And those permits are very hard to get because they're health permits. And he goes, oh, I didn't know. So he had to come to get this merchandise. And I told him, next time, check with me. Check with me first before you buy anything. Because I could tell you, you tell me, I want to buy this. Does it have any relations? Yes or no? And that's it. You save a lot of headaches. The third one is basically you want to know if what's going to pay of taxes. Because you have the tax called IVA of 16%, which almost everybody pays. There are some products that don't pay it, but exceptions. But then there's another one called IGI, that you could be paying extra taxes depending on the product. It could be 5%, 10, 15, 20. And I have a client also that called me and said, hey, bought the merchandise, didn't tell me what he was buying. It comes from China. And then all of a sudden, he has to pay like 50% of taxes more for his product. Because in Mexico, they make the same product and they're trying to compete. And when it comes from China and that they sell it really cheap, well, they make the government make a law that, hey, charge them 50% more of taxes in order for us to be able to compete against China product. So the person at the end was like, oh my God, I didn't know I was going to pay so much taxes. I said, look, check with me first. You have to go to somebody you can trust and get them to check first. Once you did that, once you did step number 1, 2, and 3, which is number 1 is, hey, you have an import license, whoever I'm selling to. Number 2 is, hey, does it have any relations? And number 3, how much am I paying of taxes? For sure, if it's made in Canada, Mexico, US, you're fine. But if it's not, and there are extra taxes, then you're going to have to pay them. So once you did all that, you did all your homework, then at the end, it's just finding somebody you could trust to cross it. Finding somebody, a broker, that you can trust, that it's not going to overcharge, because a lot of people out there overcharge. And it happened to me a lot of times. A client tells me, hey, they were going to charge me $2,000. And I'm like, for that? You're kidding me, right? $2,000. I said, look, my goal, my number one objective is I want to help US clients get their merchandise to Mexico the best way and the cheapest way possible. That's my goal. So any questions, please let me know. Any doubts, please let me know. I'll be sending more videos about other information you need to know. But there's something specific, please let me know. Thank you very much.